Hi there, Mark from CEM Engineering and Energy Radio, and this is your Energy News Update. In this week's headlines, PepsiCo launches solar plant to lower GHG emissions. Shell says one of the largest hydrogen electrolyzers in the world is now up and running in China. Spooky object that unleashes periodic bursts of energy detected in the Milky Way. Boone, North Carolina announces 100% renewable energy for municipal operations. We're going to head over to my colleague Lisa Katz for this week's top stories.
Thank you, Mark, and welcome to this week's edition of Energy News. On January the 27th, Environment and Climate Change Minister Jonathan Wilkinson announced the launch of a call for proposals for the Low Carbon Economy Fund, Champion Stream, with $200 million in funding for GHG emission reducing projects. Projects will be evaluated on the basis of emissions reduced per federal dollar invested. Applicants to the program can request between $1 and $25 million in funding for eligible project expenditures, with cost sharing ranging from 25% to 75% of total project costs, depending on the recipient type. For more information on this announcement, please visit the link in the notes of the broadcast. In other news, the government of Saskatchewan wants to add electricity generation and natural gas transmission into the province's output-based performance standards plan for heavy emitters. The OBPS is run by the provincial government and sets baseline carbon emission targets for separate industries, penalizing companies that go over the set thresholds. While the feds are willing to discuss bringing power generators into heavy emitters program, the provincial systems to be put into place have to be similarly stringent to the federal system, said Wilkinson, adding all revenues generated from the carbon tax stay in the province. The plan is meant to protect industries that emit a lot of carbon from being at a disadvantage against competitors that do not have emissions plans in place. At the same time, it offers incentives to companies that are able to cut emissions. My name is Lisa Katz, and you have been listening to Energy News, your source for the latest news updates and the place to stay educated, informed, and inspired. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and back to you, Mark.
Thanks, Lisa. For more information on these stories, check out our LinkedIn profile. They'll all be posted there. Thanks for joining us on Energy News. And as always, power your purpose.